Hello everybody, welcome back to iCommute Gaming. Today we're working on episode 4 of our Bella Italia series, and we're in scenario number 1. Just before the end of the last video we bought Northern Sicily, so now we got to do this La Région Ved. So here's what we need to accomplish in this video. By December 1861 we need to deliver 24 loads of pickled vegetables from the region of Northern Sicily to the Papal State, so that's where Rome is, I guess. And then by March 62 we need to transport 440 passengers from Lachia to Rome, and then by July 1862, we need to have 120,000 citizens in Northern Sicily region. All right, let's look at Northern Sicily. We're going to turn on the mountains so we can see what's going on here. So we have Isernia there, kind of just in the foothills. We have Lachia a little bit higher up, and then we have Pescara over here on the, I guess that'd be the eastern side in the plains. So what we could do, we have St. Benedetto del Tronto. We could bring a line down to Pescara and then down to Isernia. So 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna have to do Latina de Isernia probably, and then we could do a Pescara, Lachia over to Terni, I think should work. And then as far as where we got our items here, let's see, we got olives, we got wood there, we got milk here, we got our vegetables there, we got our grain up there. We do have another wood here, we have our own grapes. I think something like right here would be good for a warehouse system, and we'll do maybe the same thing as we did in Tuscany. We'll supply these two cities first, and then we'll bring a line over the Isernia and supply it. Well, let's get to it. I decided to start with our Lachia over to Rome line, so we got a single track. We're going to put one Iron Duke with our wagons on that and try to start working towards this one right here, the second one. And we'll double that as soon as we can. Oh, we actually get a connection bonus, so that makes sense then, even better. So we doubled up our line from Lachia to Rome. We're going to go in here and add another train. So now we got 2 on there. And now we have enough money to bump it up to 3 trains going to Rome. And we got our connection bonus. So we laid a double line here from Pescara to Lachia. We're going to leave it on automatic so we can move the pasta and the sausage back and forth. We'll put 3 trains on that. And then we have our double line from St. Benedetto del Tronto. We're going to go to Pescara. We'll put 1 train on there for now. So I took out a fairly large bond, and now I'm going to bump it up to 6 trains, and I also doubled the track all the way to Isernia. So we'll lay that down. So we built our Northern Sicily warehouse. Now we got to add the warehouse to it. Okay, so we need wood. We're going to need grain. We're going to need olives, grapes, vegetables. Actually, no, vegetables were on vegetables. In milk. So I think with lines 1 and 2 we'll go to Aquila. With lines 3 and 4 we'll go to Pescara, and lines 5 and 6 will come down here to Isernia, and 7 and 8 is where we'll bring in all our freight. So we have our lines laid out for Northern Sicily, and we're gonna put our trains on it now. So we're gonna make that full. We'll go with the Macedonte de Giovi. We'll put a refrigerated car, make it freight. I jump past that. Okay, perfect there. And then we'll do the same thing. Now at first, not going to do a whole lot, but I want to have these trains in here so I don't forget. We're just going to go with 1. Isernia is only a single line at the moment because it's so stupid expensive. That's why I got that right there. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to have to start bringing things in because that's vegetables right there. So they don't even need that till they get to 40,000. So we need to bring in the grain, the wood, and what else do we need at the first? We need wood, grain, olives. Those are must-haves. And then depending what they're producing for their industry, they may need something else. We have some research available. We're going to go take company news, which will allow our bonds to be increased by 10%, but mainly we're trying to get over this holdup so we can get faster express trains because it's 78 and the express train we're using is 76. I guess that's not really a big difference. Actually, no, we're not using Le Continent. We're using, Iron Duke, which is 71. And we have our grain now coming into our warehouse, tagging on our line going to Isernia. For now, we'll rework those later. So we got 3 trains on that, and then I said I'm going to need the wood and I need the olives. The olives might be easy to do. We'll just tag on this line. We now have our olives running into our North Sicily warehouse, tagging on this Isernia line. We have our 3 trains with a refrigerated car. We're going to put that down, and then we need to get working on our wood pretty quickly here. And then we're going to bring in our wood. We'll bring in 3 trains of that to our Northern Sicily warehouse. So that should give us all our main things we need here. I'm just going to put a maintenance center there, and I don't think I did on the olives either. Yeah, because if I go in this Cernia here and we look quickly, so that'll give us our wood here, and once it starts pumping it out, then the grain, then the olives. So I just got to go into the different things that place they're making and say sausage or pasta, bring in whatever. For that, I guess pasta's already going to get the grain in a way. Who's making pasta? Casa Pescara, yeah, they're already getting grain. They're probably not even needing it to come in on a train. Dock in the city, current delivery. Okay, well, they are getting it off a train, I guess. So the next thing would maybe be to take this hogs, move it to Lakia for sure, and then eventually bring it down to Cernia. All right, now here we have our line coming in from our hogs in the Lakia freight. I got 2 trains on this. Actually, let's go 3 because we might need more than that. So there we go. So now we have, as I said before, our grain, our wood, our olives, and now our hogs going straight in there. We could bring our hogs over to Zernia. Let's see if they're getting hogs. Maybe they are magically getting them. No, they're not, unfortunately. So if we want to bring that in, we're gonna have to fight these mountains. I guess we could come through this pass right here, maybe. Now we have our hogs. We decide to come this way and then kind of piggyback on this line all the way to the Zernia freight. So we got 2 trains on that. And now we have our line for an express line coming in for Lakia to Turney. We'll put 3 trains with our wagons on that. And then I just want to see if that'll help Pescara get over to Turney. Okay, yep, it does through Lakia. Does it help San Benedetto del Tronto? I'm guessing it doesn't. Yep, no, it doesn't. Okay, so somehow we're going to have to get them over. Now, Isernia. Where can Isernia not get to? Can't get the Latina, that makes sense. But they can get the Turney though. Okay, perfect. And now we have our line from Isernia, which does have a maintenance depot, to Latina. I think we'll go express and we'll bring a specific freight train over to move stuff back and forth. And then I just want to go into L'Aquila and maybe bump up the train to Rome to 4. I feel like it's still taking too long. And that could be why. It looks like it's doing an awful lot of mail. That's probably what the issue is. If I close this out and look, yeah, mail. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, well, we got to go 4 at least and maybe even bump it up another one. We now have a line from San Benedetto del Tronto. Sort of did a cut through there. We're using a little bit of the express line to L'Aquila. We bypass L'Aquila and then we're piggybacking on this line from L'Aquila to Turney. We'll put 3 trains with their wagons on that. And now, let that run for a second. Let's go in and see if we can get to Turney. Yes, we can. Perfect. May need to bump it up train-wise, but for now it's working. Let's look at our freight. 19 to 19. Okay, so it's fine. Okay, 16 to 21. That's a little low. We probably should bump that up a little bit. We don't want to run out, right? We want to have full 100% growth if possible. So then we'll go over to our wheat and see what it's sitting at. Let's see it in here. 0 of 19. Okay, that's not good. Definitely needs more. We'll bump it up to level 2 and that will give us 33. Funny how it's different for each thing. Then if we go into olives, 12. So that definitely needs to be bumped up. It's going to be way more expensive, but so we're going to have to upgrade this hogs as well. That'll put us up to 37. That'll help a little bit because they were at 0 as you probably saw. So next, I think we just take a quick gander at L'Aquila. So their olives are coming, but looks like they're held up a little bit. What about Pescara? Olives are coming once again, held up a little bit. Maybe it's time to go in here and put 2 trains possibly. That could be what it is. So let's see. L'Aquila freight. Yeah, let's bump it up to 2. Boom. And then let's go Pescara. We'll bump that up to 2. There we go. And we already had Isernia. Okay, it was only 1 also. All right, we'll bump it up to 2. There. Hopefully that'll help keep things rolling as best we can. Well, I'm waiting for North Sicily to grow. I decided to come over to Rome and tighten up some things. So I got more wood coming in, more vegetables coming in, and now I'm bringing in these citrus fruits to Rome. And I want to keep Rome growing. Like I said, I think earlier in this video or the last video, I have a funny feeling they're going to ask for Rome to grow more. So I want to keep it up as high as I can. I don't know if there's any more raw materials I can get at it. And it looks like no. These are all manufactured things now. Back over to North Sicily, and Lakia just bumped up a population level, so we're going to put in our immigration. Let's see, Pescara is still at 23, so it can't have one yet. And Isernia, 24, so it's not ready for one either. We're now going to bring in our grapes with 2 trains. We're just going to piggyback on this wood line because Lakia definitely needs grapes. See, they're already loading. Now, if I go into Lakia, they're going to get the grapes, or I guess they already had them. So they do need olive oil. I don't know if there's somewhere easy I can get olive oil from. Maybe Latina. Let's see, what's their stockpile of olive oil? Not too bad. And then we have a line from Latina that's going to bring in our olive oil and hopefully the wine too, all the way up to Lakia freight. And we'll put 1 for now. Now we're going to bring in our milk to our Northern Sicily warehouse. And we don't technically need it yet, but I want to have it all set up ready to go. We'll put 2 trains with a refrigerated car. And I want to make make sure Pescara's got lots of wheat for their pasta, so I'm going to bring a straight line in from the wheat to the Pescara to make pasta. It's fine that it's only on a single route because it's the only train on there. If I ever have to go up to 2, then I'll bump it up. Anyway, we are coming into Rome on our Lucia, the Rome line, bringing in our last 40 passengers. They hit our first task.
Bellissimo! The urban growth is fueled by our trains.
Nice, there we go. Oh, I guess it was the second one, not the first one. So we're just left with reaching 120,000 citizens and 24 loads of pickled vegetables. So as soon as Lucia hits 40, we'll put the pickled vegetables in there. And Pescara is at 26, double growth. Isernia is at 26, single growth. The olives, for some reason, were taking too long, so I literally just put a little line going in Isernia, so that'll get it back up to double growth. I think everything's okay at the moment. We could maybe bump up these vegetables. We're gonna need to have them soon. Yeah, because Lucia, once it hits 35, it'll get wine from Latina, and then it'll get vegetables at 40. And that's when we'll do our pickled vegetables, which normally isn't demanded till 75, but Rome's got way past that anyways. It's up to 123. So I'm gonna always keep my eye on Rome as well, trying to keep things good and full because I want to grow it just to make sure it's quite high. I noticed that St. Benedetto del Tronto has a spot open for a factory, so we're going to put a grappa distillery down because we have grapes right here and we have wood right here, so we should be able to start making that. I added it to the warehouse in Perugia, so we should be able to ship it back, and then I'm hoping eventually that'll find its way to Rome and we can get Rome growing because it's the lowest thing that's not coming into Rome is grappa. And we have some more research. We're going to take this class 113 Sempier Darina. It's a mixed train. Not really that we need that, but we're trying to get this Holda so we can upgrade our express is the main thing. In Pescara, we can build an immigration office, so we're going to do that. And I don't know if we have Isernia. Can we do it there? Oh, we can. Nice. Build another one there. Perfect. So that'll help them grow for sure. Notice Resco has an industry slot open. We're going to put a tannery down, and then we'll bring our hogs in and start making, I assume it's called leather. Lucia has finally grown enough to give us an industry slot, so we're going to take the pickled vegetables. I'm going to lay that down, and then that way we can start running that down the Rome, and we'll go ahead and span that as soon as possible, but first we'll lay our train down. The Lucia, oops, wrong one, Lucia freight. I'd already laid the line down, so the line's just sitting there. We don't need to bring sausages. We want to go full, and they can bring whatever they want back. I really don't care. Definitely don't want Duke. Let's see, which one's better? Mastodon de Giova is 49 kilometers. Tractor power is 45%. You know, I almost think this class 113 is better. Let's take that. Oops. Oh, we put rats. We don't want that automatic. We want the freight. There we go. And I don't know if the pickled vegetables count for refrigerated cars, so we'll just leave it be, I guess. And so that will get us started on the pickled vegetables for Northern Sicily to the Papal State. And then our growth on this third one is 100 and just under 106,000. In order to get things done really quick, we want to go in and bump our preservers up even more. So we're going to go to level 3, so that'll produce 3.2 a week. Make sure we're getting enough olive oil. We're getting 2.4 in the city. More is coming. I think we'll be okay. And vegetables are a little low, but we have more coming. I mean, we could maybe put a 4th train going to L'Aquila. There's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, maybe we should do that. Put a 4th train in, and that way we can pump those out as quick as possible. And then we'll take a look at how many can we store. 24. Okay, perfect. So once we hit 24, we just got to ship them all to Rome. Should be good to go.
The people in this region rejoice in the wonders Rome has to offer. The tourism business is running like clockwork.
Awesome. So we got our 120,000 citizens in Northern Sicily, and now we just need to deliver pickled vegetables. We have 3 of 24. Let's just look here and see. We got 2 of 24 there. We were having a hard time getting olives, but now they have 7. We got 17 more on the way. Should be good. We got lots of vegetables, so it's just a matter of time before that starts pumping out. Isernia now has room for an industry slot. I think I'll put in a tannery and maybe later put in a leather works there or somewhere close by because they're already getting pigs. So I just gotta go to, or hogs I should say, just gotta go the hog and just bump it up here. We'll switch it to our class 113, which is actually an Italian train, which is kind of cool. And Pescara now has an industry slot. We're gonna go in and put a leatherware factory, so then we'll just ship our leather from Isernia up to Pescara, and then they can make leatherware, and then we'll ship that over to Rome. Now Grosseto has grown to need another industry, so we're gonna take glass glass works because we have sand right there and we have our coal right over there. So find a good place to throw it down. We'll start with the coal then. I guess we'll buy that and then we'll go back and buy the sand. I like buying things. Right now we're just waiting for pickled vegetables anyways, so that's totally fine. There we go. We'll buy that one and probably lay a lime while we're waiting for more money for our quarry. All right, we have our glass. We bought that. Now we just need to lay our train down. We're gonna bring in, let's go 2 trains for now. Oh, I must have forgot to put a gridiron in there. There we go. Now it's fine. I think 2's enough. Yeah, because it's half of whatever the coal is. Then I see we have research. We're gonna take the Holda, which is gonna make everyone scream and whine that they want a faster train, I'm sure. Just for fun, let's go look at this and see if I switch all my trains, it would be 2.2 million. That's not too bad really for all the trains I have. So as soon as we get glass, or actually we'll do it right now, Grosseto can bring in glass to Rome. Perfect. We'll make sure it's full. Awesome. So now Rome will keep growing. Really, it should keep growing. It's at 155. That's good. I don't know for sure, but I just have a sneaking feeling, like I keep saying, that they're gonna want me to grow Rome. All right, let's go in here and let's go ahead and switch all our express to hold us. Boom, done. That should help our trains be a lot faster. It should gain about 7 kilometers an hour. And we're coming into Civitavecchia with our last loads of pickled vegetables. Looks like it's going to rain today. It's a little cloudy. And so this should give us our last task that we needed. We needed 24. We're sitting at 23 right now because there isn't a huge demand for them. So I had to start shipping them to every city basically in the Papal State. And so we're coming in and this should do it.
Exquisite goods of the highest quality. Good job. We connected all regions in the vicinity to our railway network and transported their citizens to Rome and back. Now we can focus on making Rome even more glorious. Rome shines with novel resplendence and is more livable than ever before. The variety of goods, the offering of cultural and academic options, the availability of living space. Bellissima!
Okay, so we have, that was our 24 loads of pickled vegetables. If we look at our next things, we already have 130,000 citizens in Rome. And the optional task we already did, 900,000 citizens. The rail network own a total of 8 industries and businesses. So the only thing left is the 5,000 passengers to Rome. And Civitavecchia can now grow. If I put a university down, so that's what I'm going to do. There we go. It was hitting up against 100,000. And interestingly enough, the same thing for Grosseto. Just made me think when it happened to Civitavecchia, I thought I should go look here. And we'll put a university down here as well. Piombino also has hit their 100,000 limit, so we're gonna go in there and put a university down. And I noticed Latina has an industry slot. We're gonna build a distillery, and that way we can start making grappa. There we go, bumped it up a little bit.
Thanks to our railways, the Colosseum has become the greatest sight in all of Italy. From all provinces, swarms of tourists flock together in Rome to marvel at the antique amphitheater. We made it! From small startup to leading competitor in the Italian passenger and freight business. And just look at how the economy blossoms thanks to our trains. You really did a surprisingly good job.
Perfect. Let's see how we did. Chief Executive. All right. So this was scenario Bella Roma. And then we did 18 of 18, 2 of 2, 300,000, 177, 847. Total score of 692,878. Perfect. Got Chief Executive. So we're in Italy, 5.1 years, 318,099 active rail lines, 262 trains in use, 1,482 wagons in use, 8,700 kilometers, 55 train stations, 13 city buildings, 13 factories, 24 rural businesses, 13 connected cities, 31 rural businesses. And let's see, ranking. Where am I? Let's see where we are. We are 153 of 569. So not too many people did it yet, but that's not too bad though. Almost 700,000. And what was the ranking for the top person? 842. So they look super good, obviously. But if we go back to our main game here, I just want to point out that Rome is still growing at 205,000. Civitavecchia is 107. Grosseto is 108, so it's actually a little bit ahead. Piombino is 101. Latina is still growing, and we just put industry down. So, and our revenue was just under 2 million a week. So that's pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, there's probably things we could have improved, but if you like that video, like, comment, and subscribe, and come back and watch us do the next part of the Bella Italia DLC.